Hello YouTube, hair loss and stress, how to deal with this problem. What is happening now with hair is more connected with seasonal loss, because if you attribute it to stress, you need to take into account the rule of 2.53 months after the action of a negative factor. Only after this time the first consequences begin to be noticeable. Also, stress affects the fact that a person becomes sensitive and tends to write off physiological hair loss as excessive. Usually, most people exaggerate a little about their hair loss, because in fact it is a normal physiological process. In 3 months, the hair should be renewed by 15%, and this is normal. That is, in a month a person should, roughly speaking, lose about 5% of hair, but, of course, this percentage can increase from stress. You can independently determine the level of hair loss using a regular hair band. If it subsides during your usual manipulations with it, this means that short young hair does not fall into the scum, respectively. The balance between the growth of young hair and the loss of old hair is in favor of falling out. This may indicate certain problems. Another method is the amount of hair on the comb, which is increased. However, here you need to try to be as objective and critical as possible, because if a person rarely combs, then he will have more hair on the comb, and if more often, then less. But if this number is significantly higher than it was in the same period last year or a couple of months ago, this may indicate increased hair loss. And, of course, it is necessary to mention some of the problems that are accompanied by alopecia, that is, baldness. When there are places on the head where there is no rounded or irregularly shaped hair, this is already a medical problem, and here, despite the war, you need to look for a doctor who will help you figure it out, establish an accurate diagnosis and prescribe treatment. But in most cases, fortunately, we are talking about banal telogen hair loss, which is caused by the replacement of old hair with new ones, but under stress this can happen much more intensely, respectively. We lose long hair and the volume of the hairstyle decreases. A sore scalp can be associated with certain hair problems and is not a good symptom. It can be caused by inflammation of the scalp, which gives these unpleasant sensations. Also, the process of increased hair loss is accompanied by the release of certain biological substances that irritate the nerve endings and give the effect of pain. Well, here we still need to mention tight hairstyles, which can cause circulatory disorders in the scalp and also give the effect of soreness. If this happens, then you can talk to a doctor on this topic and even start with a family doctor and examine the body as a whole, because such a symptom as increased hair loss may indicate that something is wrong in the body. Also, do not forget about nutrition and sleep. The fact is that hair is 85% protein, respectively. If our diet is unbalanced, then it is necessary that there are foods high in protein, meat, fish, dairy products, vegetable protein, eggs. Adults need at least 7-8 hours of sleep. In a stressful period, this is necessary so that the nervous system has time to renew itself, so that it does not send negative impulses and the hair follicle does not go into combat duty mode. Emotional balance is also important. Of course, during the war, saying be less nervous is not correct in relation to most people, but watch your neighbors, relatives, acquaintances, yourself. If you understand that the level of stress is going through the roof and you need some kind of special help, sedative drugs or talk with a psychologist, if possible, deal with this issue. Hygiene plays an important role in the health of the scalp, so do not neglect it. There is no need to think that if we sit at home and do not go out, then there is no need to wash our hair. A person even feels psychologically better when he sees himself healthy in the mirror, with shiny hair, with a clean scalp. Cutting hair during hair loss will not help, because the problem occurs deep in the scalp, in the hair follicle, and the length does not affect this process. But usually after a haircut it will seem to you that less hair has fallen out, but this is just an optical illusion. Thank you for your time and attention listening to me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also click the bell sign to be informed about new videos. Have a great day.